I guess I have to make this video now. For many years now, I've done videos on Arch Linux, why you should use it, what it does great, some of the cool stuff that's happening in that community. And I've done videos on tiling window managers as well. What one I'm using, cool stuff you can do with it, ways to customize it, and things like that. But I've been keeping a secret. That secret is I'm not really an Arch Linux user. Every time you see me run a pacman command, this isn't really pacman. This is just an alias to make it look like pacman. And I've even gone and customized the output to make the output seem like the pacman output. This logo you see in pfetch or back when I was using neofetch, this OS that's listed here as well, all of that is fake. Every time I do a video on Arch, all that's really happening is the video is fairly well researched. All of this stuff is public knowledge. It's pretty easy to find out. But there's another secret. This, for the sake of videos, might seem like a tiling window manager, operates enough like one, at least for what you guys can see. But this isn't a tiling window manager, it's actually just a really well-made theme for my floating window manager to make it seem like I'm running awesome WM. But that's not the entire truth either. It's not a floating window manager, it's floating inside of a desktop environment. Before I clear out my theme and show you what my system is really like, I want to talk about why I did this. To be completely honest, Arch Linux just seems really, really cool. And all of the really cool Linux YouTubers all use Arch as well. DT, Luke, all of those guys are absolutely incredible. But Arch is just way too hard to install. Have you seen all the commands you need to run? How could any reasonable person actually install Arch? This would have to take you, what, a couple of days to do. And then there's the post-install. How am I supposed to install applications when I don't have a graphical environment? That doesn't make any sense to me. I need some sort of GUI, otherwise I can't manage my packages. But I do hear Manjaro is easier, and it comes with an application called, I want to say Pamac, which, according to Reddit, is the greatest package manager ever created. But even so, isn't anything based on Arch just really, really unstable? Don't you have to update it every single day, or the system just completely breaks? And then when you do update it, you risk not being able to reboot your system. That sounds incredibly scary, and there's no way anybody sensible would actually use that. Now, I wanted to come clean somewhere in the middle of last year, but then the Steam Deck got announced, and we found out that SteamOS 3 was based on Arch Linux. This meant that by saying that you're an Arch Linux user, you're basically the coolest person in the room. If you say you use Arch, think of how many friends you will make there. How could I ever throw that away at the height of its popularity? But as more time has passed, it's really started to wear on my conscience, and it's gotten to the point where I really can't sleep at night. It's giving me nightmares. I need to tell people that I am not an Arch user, by the way. Okay then, what do I really use? Well, I want to make something very, very clear. I am not a Windows user. I might not be a real Arch user, and I might like anime, but I'm at least not that much of a degenerate. So, I've removed the theme. What I really use is Ubuntu 20.04 LTS. I am actually an Ubuntu user, and I use GNOME. Not because, Arch is too hard for me. The real reason is because Ubuntu with GNOME is the best combination you will ever see. GNOME is objectively the best desktop environment you will ever run. But then there is the GNOME terminal, which has the best feature you will ever see. When I go and backspace, there is a bell. It makes you very aware there is nothing else to backspace. As for snaps, everybody complains, oh, snaps are so slow, or they wreck your file system by creating a bunch of petitions. All of that stuff is absolute nonsense. Snaps are the greatest packaging system you will ever see. They should eliminate all of the other packaging systems, whether it's Debs or whatever it is that Arch uses, and replace them with snaps. Not just for, user-spaced applications. I mean, even for things like your bootloader, your kernel, and everything else like that. Snaps are the fastest, most secure, and lightweight way to package any application. Let's take the kernel for example. If it is packaged as a snap, it'll be 50% faster. How could you not use that? And then there is Canonical, the most brilliant of all companies. When you want to work for them, you have to go through an extensive interview process that filters out all of the people who won't make Canonical the greatest company it'll ever be. Ubuntu plus GNOME is the lightest and most efficient Linux installation you will ever use. It will bring back to life any ancient hardware. A computer from the 1990s? Put Ubuntu on it, it'll work amazingly. I just couldn't keep the secret anymore. It needed to be said. And this is a massive weight off my shoulders. Okay, I think that should be fine.
Is the video done?
I finished the recording. Is this good enough? Is this fine? I've denounced Arch. I've said that I've never used it. I'm actually an Ubuntu user. Is that all you wanted? Am I free to go now?
You may leave now. Never discuss Arch again.
But what about my family? What have you done with them?
You'll find out soon. Now leave.
I think he's gone now. I have everything I need here. He is over. So, yeah, that just happened, I guess. I don't know what that was. That last skit at the end, that wasn't planned. That was not in the script that I wrote. That was all done in the moment. So, hopefully you enjoyed this, and it's April Fool's Day in Australia. I know it's not in the US, but that's not my problem. Get in your time machine. Anyway, if you like this video, I don't make videos like this most of the time, but remember to go and like the video, and if you really like the video, and you want to become one of these amazing people over here, go check out my Patreon, subscribe, Generally Bearer Pay, linked in the description down below. I've got a podcast called Tech Over Tea available basically anywhere. I've got a gaming channel called Brodie Robertson Plays. That's going to be it for me, and I'm out.